Your girl is struggling today. Welcome to Mentally Unstable Makeup. I am your host, Unstable Tony, and today I am tired AF. With all of this corona, whatever. My schedule is so screwed up, and I'm tired. I'm not sleeping, and I've kind of this kind of my phase too, the phase that I'm in my mental health. I reached this point where for a couple of months I'm just exhausted all the time, no matter how much I'm sleeping or not sleeping. Um, and so the last couple of weeks, like I'm not sleeping, so I'm a little goofy today because I'm really tired. So this might be interesting. Let me tell you how my morning started. So I get up, walk out to use the bathroom, and I step in cat throw up. One of my cats had thrown up, and I stepped in it. So that was great. And I was like, okay, no big deal. Let me go make some coffee. I cleaned that up, made my coffee, and I'm trying to, get going, get a shower, all that stuff. And my face feels really dry. So I was like, I'm going to put moisturizer on today. I usually don't because I'll get greasy by the end of the evening. So what did I do? I half asleep walk over to my moisturizers and I pick up this. And I even go through like getting a little bit of it. Actually, I got a little bit more than I normally do. And I'm rubbing it all over my face. And I'm like, this isn't moisturizer. So, we primed today with the Tatcha Silk Canvas. If you have watched any of my videos where I do a full face, I don't normally wear primer. Like, a lot of times in the winter I do just to help with the dryness. But when the weather is warm like this and in the spring and summertime, I don't usually wear primer. I notice that if I wear primer, it actually makes my pores bigger after wearing it a couple of days. But I got this all over my face. Like I even put it in my eyeballs and everything. So, we're going to see how it does. Because I ain't washing it off. I don't feel like it. It is not going to happen. I do have on my high-low shirt, which if you don't own a high-low shirt, you should get you one. Because it does... Oh, let me show you what I mean by high-low. Let's see if I can get it in the camera. So it's high here, but it's got like this. And I feel like I have a cape on. So it's fun. I definitely recommend you do little things that help boost you because we need it. I did hear a rumor today that the president and governors or whatever are discussing about how this corona thing may even last into July. My birthday's in July. My son's birthday's in July. My other son's birthday's in June, towards the end of June. We have a lot of birthdays. I would really like to spend it with family. However, let me tell you about my little family, okay? So, social media got me feeling like a bad mom. I mean, bad, okay? It's mainly because of the... Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, using the Tarte Found Sealer. Oh, yeah, this video is going to be interesting. I hope you stay with me. So, everybody was posting their Easter pics with their innovative Easter egg hunts that they did for their kids and dyeing Easter eggs and the baskets and all that stuff. And my kids are not into that, like at all. They never have been. Now, granted, when they were younger, I worked two jobs, and so I was not around a whole lot. And when I was around, I was super tired. I was a single mom for a while, but they just, even the grandparents or the babysitters or, whoever that did those type of things with them, they just weren't really into it. So if I ever have them dye Easter eggs, or we did gingerbread houses one time, they act like it's a punishment, like I am punishing them to come paint an egg or draw a picture or do a puzzle or anything like that. If it's not video games or food, they're not into it. And it sucks because it makes me feel like I'm a really crappy mom because I don't have pictures of my kids with the Easter bunny, and I don't have Easter egg baskets and the Easter egg hunts. Like, I watch some of those videos and they look like the kids are loving it and they're laughing and giggling and, fighting each other. I have to put my hair up. Hang on. If you notice I don't have a crown on today, it's because your girl not doing well. But anyways, so I really feel like a really crappy mom because of that. And I know that's ridiculous because, like I said, if I do force them to do those things, they hate it. They absolutely hate it. And they're just like sitting there like, when's this going to be over? They enjoy the candy. They want the candy, but they want me to just give it to them. So, I don't know. I think that's another reason why your girl's struggling, just because I need to take a social media break, but at the same time I can't because, I can, but I don't want to. It makes me feel bad about myself. Now, full disclosure, my kids are older. So I have a 19-year-old, another one that's getting ready to turn 19. I've got a 17-year-old. I've got a getting ready to turn 15-year-old, and a getting ready to turn 13-year-old. So it's not like they are, 6, 7, and 8 anymore. Which is another main reason why they don't care for that kind of stuff. But they didn't when they were younger either. Don't get it twisted. Like, even trick-or-treating, they weren't super excited about it. Like, they would go and they'd get dressed up, but I think they did it more for me and to get candy than because it was fun. So, I don't know. Anybody else feel like that? You ever get on social media and see everybody posting stuff and it just makes you really feel bad about yourself? No? Just me? Okay. I don't know. There are a couple of parents that I'm kid envious. I don't know, like the stuff that they do together, and like their kids are just super excited about life and everything. And they do all kinds of fun things together. And my kids just aren't into that. And it really sucks. Like, we've even gone to, where did we go? Great Wolf Lodge. And this was years ago. And the kids had a good time, don't get me wrong, but they were just like, okay, now what? Okay, now what? Oh, we're just gonna keep swimming? Okay. I don't understand. But my kids just don't, it's almost like they just don't enjoy life, which kind of breaks my heart because I know in a way that's kind of my fault. But I don't know if it's this generation or what's going on, but they just, if it's not video games or food, they're not into it. Like, it's gotten to the point with my youngest where I'll be like, hey, get your shoes on, we're gonna go, and he wants like a full itinerary of what we're going to be doing, where we're going, because if it's not what he doesn't consider it to be fun, then he don't want to go. And so I end up like having to force my kids to go places to do things, because I'm like, okay, if I can at least get them there, they'll have fun. They'll have fun when we get there. No, they don't. They just kind of go through the motions and are just looking at the clock, and they're like, when are we going home? Like, it's my kids suck. I don't know. They don't know how to play outside. If I tell them that they need to go outside, they view that as a punishment. They think they're being punished. And of course, they're, in that aspect, they're typical kids, because they're like, there's nothing to do. And I'm like, ride your bike, climb a tree, take the Nerf guns outside, shoot each other, throw a baseball. Like, I go through and list an abundance of things to do, and they don't want to do any of them. I've even tried to go out there and like play soccer with them, or I was like, okay, well, maybe if I'm out there too, they'll enjoy it more. Nope, they don't care. So I'm really struggling with that, and I think that's where kind of some of my little funk I got going on right now is part of it, is just because with being trapped in a house, there's not a whole lot to do. I feel really guilty because my kids aren't doing anything but playing freaking video games all day. And it's kind of got me feeling like a crappy mom. But at the same time, I kind of am like, well, that's what makes them happy. That's what they want to do. So do I force them to do something they don't want to do and then be miserable, but me feel like socially acceptable with what they're doing? Or do I just let them be happy and play their game? That's where I'm at. We tried to do a puzzle together, and we started it, and me and Waylon, my youngest, were really hard at it for a couple of hours, and it lasted about 2 days, because then I woke up one morning and the cats had jumped on the table and completely threw all of the puzzle pieces everywhere. And so we both were kind of over it at that point. But this is the Maybelline Tattoo Studio. I use it. It's really kind of cool. It's got this like angled tip. Let's see if I can show you. But it's lined. You can't really see it, but it's got little tips, but it helps kind of make hairs. And I've got a couple of really bald spots through years of plucking, and also where I've fallen and cracked my head open. So I've got some scars in there, and sometimes the brow cushion won't fill it in, and so I just draw it basically with that thing. And I started this video and I don't even know what palette I want to use. This is going great, guys. This is going great. I think I'm gonna go into the Arcana, just because this is like super dark. And I think I want to do a kind of a grungy look. I don't know. I'm gonna use this one, and this one, I think. So this has turned into a chatty makeup tutorial, and I hope that you guys don't mind that I'm using this as kind of my dear diary. But makeup is therapeutic for me. and talking about things on YouTube and in videos is therapeutic for me. So welcome to therapy for Tony. So the shade I'm using is Relic. It is a brown, but it's kind of also, it's got a little bit of a purple hue, if that makes any sense. Like not purple, but I don't know. And where I have put that Tatcha primer on my lid and then did my concealer just like I always do, my eyelids are sticky, like uber sticky, and I'm kind of having a hard time blending out this shade. So don't put Tatcha primer on your lids because it makes it sticky and it makes stuff really grab and it makes it hard to blend. My makeup's gonna be a mess today. I don't think I even care though. So I'm gonna go into this dark purple. Now this is a shimmer or a satin. I'm gonna say satin because it's not exactly a shimmer, but it is a like sparkly color, and it is very, very pretty. And I'm just putting it on the outer corner and then pulling it into my crease, and I quite like that. I don't normally do a shimmery color like that in my crease, but you know, it is what it is today. I do love this palette though. If you have not picked up this palette, you should. It's really great. In pictures and in the to look at this palette in your hand, it doesn't look all that great, all that special. It looks like a grungy, you know, palette. But some of these shades in here are special. I just went back with that first Relic shade, and I'm just going back over this just to blend this out a little bit, to blend those two together. But this palette has been amazing for me. The formula is great. Like I said, the performance today isn't exactly what I normally get out of it, but that's because my eye is super sticky from accidentally putting that Tatcha primer all over my face. They can't all be good makeup days. They just can't. They just can't. So I'm going to take a flat, fluffier brush, and I am going to spray it with my Morphe setting spray. And I do that with all of my shimmers. And I'm going to go into that shade Familiar. And I'm just going to put that all over my lid. Where I didn't put anything. And that is super pretty. It's almost like a rose gold pink. It is not what I thought it was going to look like either. This is gorgeous. Might be able to pull a look out after all. So I'm just placing that all over the lid and kind of towards the inner corner. And my eyeballs are watering already. See? For my bottom lash line, I think I'm going to go into Sacred. which is like this burgundy. And this is a fluffy, but it's tiny brush. And I'm just going to smoke that in my waterline. I just think that color is going to go good with this browny, pinky, whatever I got going on the top. And oh my gosh, my eyeballs are already watering like crazy. So I'm just pressing that, or fluffing that into my water, like right below my waterline. Is some of it going into my eye? Sure is. Is that one of the main reasons that my eyeball is watering? Sure is. And then I'm going to take that first color that I used, the Relic, on that same big fluffy brush. And I'm just going to smoke it out. Okay. I do want to share one thing. And I've been sharing this in almost every video. I love this thing. I love this thing. I love the contour shade, the blush, the highlighter. My only complaint is the contour is, I don't know if you can see that, but you tap into it and it like dusts everywhere. It's got a lot of kickback, but it is a beautiful shade for me. It doesn't turn orange, which is rare. Usually I put on a contour shade and it turns like an orangey shade. But I have been really enjoying this. I don't think it was that expensive either. I can't remember. But if you haven't picked this up and you're looking for a cute little face palette, I highly recommend this one. Remember what I said about the blush though. If you haven't, it's pigmented. You're going to want to knock some of that off. I'm so tired. So I know this isn't one of my best videos, but at least I'm not saying 500 times. I'm going to go into the highlight shade there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. I don't know if you can see it on there very good. I'm going to take the goat brush. And I mainly use this just because I like the shape of it. It has nothing to do with it having goat hairs or anything like that. Any flat, fluffy brush will do this. So don't feel like you need to spend the ridiculous money that brush is. I'm going to take my super fluffy. I'm going to wipe it off in my color change thing. And then I'm going to use it just to blend that transition shade and my highlight. Kind of looking like a zombie. I'm going to take this right here on one of these little tiny brushes, and I'm going to pop that in my inner corner. Ooh. Boop. And you know what? Just because I don't really care anymore, I think I'm going to pop on one of these. These are the Devinah Cosmetics. And there's a shade in here that looks... I will not be able to get this to translate on... In person, it's like a pink coppery duochrome. Maybe. Kinda. And this is in Phobis. P-H-O-E-B-I-S. But I'm going to use that same brush that I did this like rose gold whatever in. I'm going to spray it again. Just because I want it to be intense. And I'm going to go into that and I'm just going to pop that in the inner part. Okay, maybe all over my lid because it's beautiful. Ooh. Oh my God. I have been in love with these. It's just so special. And it shifts so good. I don't know if you can see the shift, but I can see it in person. Yeah, I'm happier with that. Okay, so I'm going to go put on I'm going to put on mascara, eyeliner, and a lip. And I'll be right back. And hopefully I won't drop anything else. Be right back. All right. You ready? You ready? You ready? You ready? Bam! So I stuck with this really dark. It went grungy. It wasn't on purpose, but here it is. I put like a metallic-y copper in my waterline, which is called Get Paid by ColourPop. The lip is a color I didn't think that I would wear when I first got it. It is by Sugarpill, and it's called No Thx. And I don't know if you can tell. I got a little hatchy. Hang on. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can see it in the. But it has glitter in it. Can you see it? Can you see glitter? The more I wear this, and the more I press my lips together, the glitter will come out more. But it matched my shirt, and I mean, I kind of got a grungy, going with my grungy emotions. So here's the final look. I hope the duochrome shift is translating like it is in person, because it's pretty. But that's it. Thank you for listening to me whine about my crappy life sometimes. Let me know, are your kids the same way? Am I the only one whose kids just don't want to have fun? They don't enjoy doing any of that crap? I don't know. I need to get off social media a little bit, because it does have me in my feels. But got a CFT today and a couple of other appointments and working and all that jazz. So we're just going to keep pushing through. So love yourselves, love each other, and I hope you enjoyed this. Bye.